Hi, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to share some of the pens that I like to use when I'm writing. And here I placed it in order from the thickest to the finest point. So the first one I have is the Sharpie Ultra Fine Point Permanent Marker. And it is in black. I purchased this from Walmart for around, I think, $1.50. And this is a great marker to write with on, write on washi tapes because it does not smudge and it actually doesn't bleed through. So I like that. This actually comes really handy when I am writing on washi tapes. Next, I have the Pilot G2 in 0.7. I forgot to mention, I think this Sharpie is maybe around 0.7 as well. I'm not sure because it doesn't say on the packaging. So anyways, back to this. This is the Pilot G2 0.7. It is a gel pen, and it writes very smooth, and I like using this when I'm writing in my journal because I tend to write a lot, and I like how there's a rubber grip here. The downfall to this is that you tend to finish, or I tend to finish the ink quite quickly. So you can buy this in a pack, as I think a pack of 4 or 2. I don't quite remember. But you can buy them at Walmart. Next is this other Sharpie marker, and this actually came in a set of 4. And here I have red, black, green, and blue. And I think this was no more than $7 a pack. It's fine point. I believe this is 0.5 in point. It doesn't say in the packaging, but comparing it to my other pens, I think it's 0.5. The only issue with these type of markers is that the tendency of the point to get pushed in. So you have to have a light hand when using these markers because they are quite thin, and you can lose them in the metal piece here if you push too hard, and then they'll become useless. So that's that. Next, I have 2 Pilot pens here that are very similar. I have the Coleto High-Tech C Coleto Me and then the High-Tech C Coleto Lumio. I bought both of these from JetPens.com in 2 different occasions. The first one, which is the Coleto Me pen, was the first pen that I purchased, and I loved it because of its color, the pearl color, and the gold detailing. I also thought the rubber would be nice because it would sit comfortably on my fingers. And it was much cheaper than the Coleto Lumio. The Coleto Me was $9.99, and I believe the Lumio was $18.99. So I thought, why not? Why don't I just go with the cheaper one and it looks nice? Well, the downfall to this is that I have difficulty inserting it in the pen loop of my planner. So let me just show you what I mean. So the pen loop over here is fabric, or stretchy fabric. And the rubber actually in the Coleto Me, it gets stuck when I try pushing it in. So I do have to exert effort to get my pen in the loop, and I have to exert effort to try to remove that. Compare that to the Lumio. That was pretty effortless. Same goes to remove that. So that is the main reason why I decided to go ahead and purchase the Lumio after I purchased the Coleto Me. I mean, it is quite sad because I thought this was really pretty. Obviously, I don't use this as often as I use this in this days at home, but nonetheless, I mean, lesson learned. So if you have a KKK planner and you want to purchase, you're trying to decide which one to purchase, I would definitely say go with the Coleto Lumio because you won't struggle trying to put your pen in your planner. I do want to say that the rubber as well will get dirty quite easily, very quickly. And I've had it for a week and it turned out like this. So that's probably another thing you want to consider. The refills, however, are interchangeable. So if you have both pens, you can use the refills you can transfer it over to the other pen and so forth. So that's a good thing. And the refill that I have here is a 0.5 point. And it writes quite nice. So that's that. The next thing I have is another Pilot pen, and this is the Pilot G-Tech C4. This is the pen that I often used before I purchased the Coleto Me and Coleto Lumio. But the two things that I don't like about this is the plastic ribbed here. It hurts my fingers when I write for long periods of time. So I did not like that. I prefer a rubber grip like that or like this. But I stuck with it because it does writes quite fine, as you can see. But sometimes I find that this pen is stubborn in that it will write and then at one point and it'll stop writing and then it'll write again. So that's the annoying part of with this pen, is that it's inconsistent in its writing. And the third last thing that I have here is the Staedtler Tri Plus Fine Liner pen. And it comes in a variety of colors. I have a blue one here, but I do have a set as well. And this is what the set looks like. I think that it's, if you buy the pens on its own, I think they're $1.50 to $2. So it might be cheaper if you actually purchase a set. And you can buy it, I think, at Walmart. Well, I bought mine at a store called Curry's in Canada, and they had a sale when I purchased mine. So you can find them at Staples and Walmart. The second last thing I have is this Micron pen in 0.1. Oh, I forgot to mention this is a 0.3 millimeters. So Micron pen in 0.1, and this is a perfect example of how your pen could look like if you push too hard. So as you can see, I've almost very close to losing the point there, but it still writes. The last thing I have is the Prismacolor Premier fine line marker, and this is also in 0.1. This pen and the Micron are quite pricey. I think their runs $2.50 to $3 per pen. So I have actually here in a piece of paper written out or tried the pens, and as you can see, you can compare the thickness and the color, I guess, or the what's that word? The thickness and the consistency in the pen. This is a perfect example of how the Pilot G-Tech C4 writes. I mean, it writes well until this point, and it'll write well again. So I did not like that about that Pilot G-Tech C4. Okay, well, I hope you find this video helpful if you were deciding to which pen to use. I mainly use the pens to write in my planner or write in my journal, or when making notes, and I find that most of them, if not all, write really well, and they're inexpensive, at least compared to some higher quality pens. So if you're on a budget or a student, these pens would be good pens to invest on. Now, if you have any questions or any comments, just write them below, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.